Stanislav, with recent developments in the US legal field, Clarity, Genius Act, Anti-CBDC Act, we see how the US is moving towards the crypto blockchain and new era of fintech. Within those things, what kind of visas are good for those of you who are in those industries? Today, I'm going to address the crypto and fintech directions, what kind of visas are good, and also you will learn how to get a free evaluation of your case. Let's go! Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. And of course, you guys know that I'm so pro Bitcoin that I can talk about crypto, blockchain, Bitcoin all day long. But unfortunately, I have to work on your cases and get you approved. But it does not exclude those topics from my videos. And of course, I push my marketing department to add more of those so I can speak about my favorite topic. Now, we all know what's going on right now with Bitcoin and crypto in general. I don't like crypto word, I like Bitcoin. But we know that those things are moving really fast. Okay, moving really fast. And US government provides a lot of clarity, and that's the name of one of the law, the Clarity Act, right? And those, the Genius, the Clarity Act, the stablecoins regulations and things like that, those are really good for the future of those technologies in the US. And I know a lot of you guys are working in that sphere and that industry, and I'm one of those attorneys who is getting approvals for fintech and crypto and blockchain Bitcoin people because I understand, which means my team understand, and which means we get you approved. Now, what kind of professions are existing in this industry? And of course, you could be an IT person, you could be cybersecurity, you could be in artificial intelligence, you could be building the blockchain, you could be supporting the blockchain and other things and fintech and the new ways of moving money and value across the world. You could be an engineer, you could be someone who is from banking system incorporating those new technologies, and you guys see the news every single day. Chase is moving toward that. Chase, JP Morgan, Bank of America wants to keep your Bitcoin, custody it, and things like that. So the solutions for those problems are really high topic right now. And the demand for specialists like you is just huge. So now, what kind of visas are available for you? And let me guys tell you the visas not by the ease and the criteria and things like that, but by the speed, okay? Because it's moving so fast that you need to come to the US with lightning speed as soon as possible and then think about the green card, okay? So, and I'm not gonna mention the H-1B, okay? Deal? Why? Because it's a lottery, it's once a year and not even 6 months after the last lottery. So don't worry about H-1B, this is not the fastest one. It is if you get selected and everything is good for you, but the first option for you to consider is O-1 visa, okay? Stanislav, what is O-1 visa? Well, this is a talent visa, extraordinary person, but do not get fooled by the name of this visa, because you may say, I'm not talented, I'm not extraordinary, so please next visa. No, the other visa is going to be harder than this one. So focus on O-1 first, because it's the fastest way for you to come to the US. How fast? 8 months if you work with us, okay? And my approval rating for O-1 visas is 99%, okay? So basically all the O-1 visas that I filed got approved. And not because this is an easy visa, because we know how to do them. Now, the talent part, it has the measure, okay? There are 8 criteria. We have to satisfy 3 of them. but my recipe is 5. So without actually going much into the all criteria, let me give you the 2 that all of you guys have, and maybe even 3, and some of you 4. So let's start. The critical leading role. You work for the project, for the company, or you're still working there that has a reputation. That's enough to satisfy this first criterion. Then you get paid, be it the market salary or higher. You will satisfy the significantly higher salary because we look at the government statistics, which is usually much lower than the market. So without knowing, you already have 2 criteria to start with. Now, many of you, and probably all of you in this industry, have the judging the work of other professionals. And you'll be like, wait a minute, I don't go to the competitions, I don't judge. Yes, maybe you don't go, maybe you don't judge, but as a nature of your work, if you're an engineer, if you're IT, if you're someone from the financial sector, you guys check the work of other people if you work on a project or in a team. It's just the nature of your profession, especially in IT, right? Code review, we call it. This is enough to satisfy the judging the work of others criterion. So that would be 3. Okay, so many of you already have 3, and by law this is good, right? But we should push a little bit more to give that good 99 chance of approval. So the 4th one could be the contribution in the industry. And of course, it must be innovative and significant for the industry. But usually the projects in those industries are really significant, especially if they're new and hot and everybody wants to know and use them, okay? So if you're working or worked on some projects in this industry that had some use when you work on them on immediately after, that's good enough to get the contribution in the field in. And this is already 4, and you guys, many of you have those 4 just naturally and organically. Add the press articles and academic articles, and those could be worked with the PR agencies, which is totally legal, okay? Unless they're fake. And if you work with reputable PR agencies, of course, nothing is going to be fake. Everything is going to be real. And you can count 5 to 6 criteria. We want 5 for O1, and that's good enough to get you in. If we get 6 or more, and we can get 6 or more, 6, sometimes 7, some of you have associations also, or may get associations by my advice, we can speak about EB-1A. And EB-1A is the second preference visa, and I use the word preference not in a legal sense because then that's a different meaning, but preference as we go today from the 1st to the 3rd place, and there are 3 places here. So EB-1A is the second preference for you, not because we cannot get it for you, we still get you up to 90% chance of approval once you follow my strategy and you work with my team and using all the resources of my corporation which are focused on the approval. But we're talking about the time frame for this visa, which is about 1.5 years. Okay, so 8 months O1 versus 1.5 years for EB-1A. Well, this is some significant difference, okay? And sometimes even if you have EB-1A case, by your request, we can get you O1 first. You get in the US and then we refile for EB-1A. A little bit more expensive, but much faster. If you need that to happen much faster than it is. So O1 and EB-1A are the sister visas, similar criteria, different ways the officers look at them. O1, 8 months, EB-1A is about 1.5 years. Now, EB-2 and NIW, national interest waiver, when you have a project in those industries, and as we know, those industries are very hot right now, so all the projects are going to be in the national interest, we can get you approved as long as you have education, if you have that project to work on, and you did something similar in the past, or you keep doing it right now, right? That's the easy way to explain what criteria we need to satisfy for EB-2 and NIW. And that visa is a little bit longer than the first 2. It will take us anywhere between 2.5 and 3 years to get you in from the time you started working on your case. Now, what is the biggest mistake for you guys for all of those visas. But before I address this issue, get the free evaluation of your case. The free evaluation is to know if you have the case, what are the chances, and whether you have a potential. So the free evaluation is below this video. It's a link. Click on it. Fill out the questionnaire. Within 2 days, I'll get back to you with assessing your case with your free analysis. Look for the word potential. If you have the potential, that means when you start working on your case for the next 6 months with my team, under my control, with my processes, we will improve your case to 90% chance of approval. Okay? So that's what potential means. And if you have the potential, you must come to the complex immigration planning KIP to get that written strategy created by me. Okay? That's the second step. The third step is hiring my company for the full complete case filing. That's 1, 2, 3. That's the easy way to immigrate or come to the US to work. Now, the biggest mistake, guys, and this mistake is actually within this industry, okay? It doesn't really apply to all people who wanna file for those type of visas, but in this case, that's what it is. And trust me, I know it by seeing the work of other attorneys who done people from niche industries. And that is lack of understanding of an attorney or the team whom you work with, what crypto, Bitcoin, new fintech technologies are, okay? They just don't know what they are, which means they cannot present your case to the fullest potential of your case. And this is one of our advantages, where we understand that from the top to the bottom. We even have trainings in the company to address those issues. So everybody understands what's going on, because that's where we're moving with these technologies. So you rest assured that if you trust your case to us, we understand those industries and will be able to explode your case to the next level so you could get approved. So remember 3 things: O-1, EB-1A, EB-2 NIW. That's by the preference, not by the ease, but by the speed, how fast we can get you in. Also remember the free evaluation. The link is below this video. Get that done right now. Otherwise, you wasted 10 minutes of your time and you cannot get them back. And number 3, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Smash the like button. Smash the bell button, because we release 2 videos a week at least. And also, you can always contact us through the information below the videos. You can also follow us on Instagram, on Telegram, Facebook, X, and other social media platforms. My name is Stanislav Shamaev. I'm a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.